I worked at Chipotle, Five Guys, and a boba tea spot. Jobs are awesome, and people like to pretend that jobs are so bad. Oh, please censor it! But when you work at these minimum wage spots when you're a teenager, you meet these 30-year-olds that have been working here for 10 fucking years with the exact same wage, and you're thinking, wow, they must really like this job. And they like to pretend their lives suck. Oh, I hate working at a minimum wage job. Career advice from a miserable wage slave. 9 to 5, you're a loser. Buy my course, please.
It's a miserable existence. And when you spend a few years in the career that you hate, it's hard to get out of it because it's the only thing you know.
Stop fucking lying to yourselves. A lot of the old 30-year-olds who have spent the majority of their lives wasting away at this job that makes as much money as a teenager, they like to pretend it sucks. But the reason why they still stay at the job is because it's actually really good. It is a very comfortable spot in their position in lives. And if you try to expand and change, you enter this mode of unpredictability where you don't know what's going to happen. And that is scary. And that is the biggest trap you could fall into when working at a minimum wage job. It is so fun. It is so comfortable. What people never actually articulate is that they like it. They like to pretend that I'm this underdog. I'm a victim of capitalism. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. When I got my first job at Five Guys, it was quite literally the best, most fun experience. And every single job afterwards is just as fun. Because if you want to talk to girls, get girlfriends, a job, a workplace is the third best way to start your new romantic relationships. And I'm putting on game for every incel out there. It is the third best way. If you cannot get matches because you're ugly as shit, but you think you have a good personality, get a job. Get a job. That's how you get girls. And you can also pick like the type of girls you like by the job. Maybe you work at a library, maybe you work at a boba spot, so you can really pick your own genre of girls. But you know, that's fucking crazy, irrelevant stuff. More importantly, humans derive pleasure, happiness, and joy from contributing to society. And the reason why you get paid for working is because it is a form of currency to represent how much you have contributed to society. This is why so many old people, even after retirement, still get a job at any minimum wage spot. It's because they want and feel much more joy and happiness from working. But there's so many people pretending you don't want a job. A job fucking sucks.
Because let's be for real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for a certain type of work, I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Because most of us see jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet.
Wrong. This is why I hate watching dumb, stupid commentary videos, because they just yap out of their ass for the sake of being relatable for other people. But scientifically, there are many older adults who do not need the money and still choose to get a job because fundamentally they know from life experience, decades of living, that we feel good from contributing to society. This is why you get the managers that for some reason, why are you taking your job so seriously, man? It's not even that important. It is to them because how they feel it, that weird little way you put the lettuce on the burger means so much because they care about other people. It is a form of empathy to care about your job.
On the 29th of August 2015, approximately 1 year after selling the game, Notch would tweet, "Hanging out in Ibiza with a bunch of friends and partying with famous people. Able to do whatever I want, and I've never felt more isolated."
No form of happiness or joy if you're a jobless loser. Look at all the videos. Tell me, right? Do people who have literally no jobs have fun? There's this billionaire, the guy who sold Minecraft, he was jobless for a long time and he would go on crazy tangents. He would lose his mind because he had nothing better to do and he's slowly finding his passion again, which is, even though he became a billionaire, he's still trying to make video games because money is not the main reason. It's your goal and weird desire, fundamentally, to provide value to society. And
Hey everyone, just wanted to say don't wait too long to follow your dreams. Working 12 hours a day for pennies while the owners and investors of the company make millions off your work. It's a miserable existence. And when you spend a few years in the career that you hate, it's hard to get out of it because it's the only thing you know. When you're young, try things. You've got time. That's it.
Can I be honest? I don't want to seem mean. A lot of people say I'm very mean, but that guy is a fucking loser. I afterwards became a college tutor and then a private tutor where you actually needed a bachelor's or master's degree to get the job. But because the interviewer, the CEO thought I was so amazing, I got the job.
Hooray!
And here's the thing, it was a big risk. The big problem with every person who stays and gets stuck in the minimum wage job where they no longer have passion or enjoyment into it is not because they don't feel like they're contributing to society. It's because they're annoyed and disappointed in themselves. I find it so much fun when I worked at Five Guys and Chipotle where I gave people the extra large fry even though they didn't pay for it. I would love to give people an extra scoop of meat even though they didn't pay for it. That's fun. It's because you are contributing to society while also giving the big fuck you to the big company. But here's the thing. Okay, I knew that that was the biggest trap and I needed to expand my career or else I would be stuck in there forever. And at a certain point, I got my job at my private tutoring spot where we worked with extremely rich clients.
Censored.
People that worked at Roblox. Okay, I think I said an NDA. These were expensive, high quality clients. And I, on paper, did not have the resume to be working at this spot where I was the youngest employee there. Everyone there was like 25, I was 20 at the time, and I technically do not belong, but I still took the time out of my day to go to their interview, to apply to the job because I took the risk. And this is the big fear that controls people a lot. It's the idea of change. There are so many stories of old people where they try to keep everything as what it once was. They're deeply afraid of atrophy because when change happens, you enter this realm of unpredictability where it is dangerous. People do not like things changing, even if the change is for the better. And this guy is a loser because all he wants to do is play victim. Oh, it's because of the big companies exploiting me. They're not paying me enough. How about you get some fucking balls? I'm sorry. That was really mean of me. I bet he does have big balls. I think the big problem is a lot of people end up in circumstances where they can't control it and, there's nothing they can do. They need to work that job. But I think the big problem is a lot of people use their circumstances as a crutch because X, Y, and Z has happened to me, then I am in this position that I have no control over. And a lot of people hear advice about limiting beliefs, but they don't reflect upon themselves and ask, what are my limiting beliefs? Why am I stuck in this job? I remember many of the 30-year-old employees constantly limit themselves. It's because of this. It's because of who I am that I am working at this job. It is because of the world, not me, but other people. And if you're interested in the topic of regret, that's what we're going to later discuss about in the Patreon video.
The dedication, a McDonald's employee is honored for his years of service today. Willie Calhoun, or Mr. Willie, as he's known by his friends and customers, started his career at McDonald's 59 years ago when he was just 14.
Very nice of me, and they let me continue to work here. I never thought about leaving, though. Everybody, the crew and everything, has been a special day for me.
Mr. Willie says he's grateful for his time and his job at McDonald's and plans to work there as long as he's able.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and if you want to talk to me, hour of my time, we're doing a raffle, Patreon viewers. Goodbye.